Hello, Cancer. We're doing most helpful message for you at this time. Now, incidentally, as I'm recording this, there is a squirrel crawling on the screen right outside my sliding glass door, which I'm sitting right next to. And I can hear him. So if you hear what sounds like it could be a squirrel running up and down a screen door, vibrating everything, that's what that is, okay? And you may want to take a look at the spirit totem message from Squirrel if you are so inclined. Okay? Let's see, I'm just digging in my oracle bucket. First thing that we've got is actually Aquarius. Forward-thinking humanitarian efforts. Palo Santo is this. This is Palo Santo. You can see what this label says. Energy cleansing, boost your energy. I get these on Amazon. It's sustainably sourced. Palo Santo, and I really like Palo Santo. And this is kind of saying that you may benefit from that as well. Kind of cleansing the space that you're in. So if you don't have Palo Santo, there are a number of other ways you can clear your space. You can use essential oils in a spray bottle. You can use your own intention, the violet flame energy, fresh air, helps a lot. A crystal. You can grid the space that you're in with crystals. You can use sage. We've got manifester, meaning letting people know what you're about to create on earth from the wisdom that you've gained. Wow, so much wisdom here. Okay, Sophia and Metis are both wisdom holders, powerful wisdom holders. This wisdom is what's taking us into this new age, into the new way of being on earth, into the way of living on earth that means no one loses out. It's the win-win-win for everyone. So we let go of the past ways, any way that somebody was losing out, anything that was unfair, power struggles, lack mindset, victimization mindset, all of that can go now. We have lived it out enough times to know what it does, and there are pathways all over. All you have to do is want to find a way out, and you can find a way out. So knowing that you can is part of it, right? You won't look for a way out if you don't know that you can find a way out. Now here I am informing you, and you probably already know that because of all this wisdom here. Okay, you've figured that part out. We've got Lilith, so I think you've also embraced the darkness. It's like anything that other people shun, that other people say is bad or wrong, or any darker aspects of the feminine that have been kind of like judged or like ostracized. Those are something that you have learned to take within your heart. And if you haven't already, that's something that you will be in the process of doing. Because let's face it, when we are on Earth, having lived in duality, we are going to find out who we are and what we prefer by knowing what we don't want. Okay, so embodying the energy of Lilith doesn't make us bad or good or anything like that. All it does is helps us to alchemize the energy. The energy gets to be cleansed and neutralized through being with us, this being that is bigger than that energy, that knows how to manage that energy, right? Like I can feel a lustful desire without acting on it, right? Whereas somebody else who was in Lilith energy if they feel that lustful desire, maybe they don't make the decision to not act on it. Maybe they act on it, right? And then they end up breaking up a marriage or something, right? Like, these are the mythologies of Lilith, right? And like, this is something that would have to be looked at as a learning experience, not something to be shamed or blamed. It's just an experience that had to do with living out that energy. And if you don't have the wisdom of knowing the consequences for living out that energy, you might make a choice to live it out in such a way that teaches you those consequences. We've got inner urge and non-attachment. And I'm just going to take a pause to take a sip of water. So you may want to really stay hydrated as well. I just heard, don't put it off. Don't put off being hydrated. Okay. We've got inner urge and non-attachment. So the inner urge is how we go forth on the earth plane. And when we trust our inner urge and take it where it leads us, we're not necessarily going to be, doing what society expects of us. We're not going to be doing what our parents told us we should do. What we're doing is following an intuitive prompt, something that's driven through a higher divine understanding. And that's how we create this new way of living on earth, right? It's not done through the old ways. We've already figured out that polarizing things is only going to put us in war and keep us stuck repeating those loops of energy until we fully understand the innocence of everyone, including ourselves. We first understand our own innocence, and then we can extend that to others. So as we follow this inner urge, non-attachment is here, meaning we follow it because it's our urge. We follow it because we're curious, not because we're attached to an outcome, not because we're trying to achieve some sort of recognition or success. So we're not attached to the outcome, meaning we're not saying it's good or bad to do so. We're just getting in touch with that bigger part of us that is part of the divine plan for all. Being willing to face each thing as an adventure, and instead of succumbing to fear or expectations of others, or any of those tactics that make us value what other people think and how other people categorize us over what we know is true and right for us. So there may be some place that we have been delaying going forward because of those reasons. Or maybe that's in the past now, and we've now cleared that. I want to ask why is Eros here? Why is Eros here? What's important to you? Is it important to you to follow your passion, to be passionate about what you put your energy into? Tell me why Reflector's here. Perhaps there's people around you that have full faith, and maybe through looking at them you can find the faith that you have as well. Tell me why delaying is here. Oh, okay. You before you could go forward into this new way of living on Earth, you had to fully embody, that meant make room for, all this wisdom that you have access to be embodied fully, right? So there's a higher version of you that wants to be joined with you. And basically, like, you're in the process of making room for it by neutralizing any energies that were for or against anything, by moving into faith instead of having just hope in a lot of places, by detaching from any outcomes or expectations. Get in on a very practical level, that could even mean decluttering your home, your car, your refrigerator. Start where you can. So at this time, Cancer, you are looking to embody a higher version of yourself. So every single part of your day, your focus is, how can you do that more? How can you do that more? How can you let go of more of the old to allow more of the new? The new, which is the bigger awareness that you have and are. Wherever there's little tensions, it shows you where there's more work to do, where you need to let go some more, where you need to clear out a little bit more. It seems like it's really a paced process for you at this time. Like, there's no rush. It's just like taking the steps, moving forward. As long as you are following that inner urge instead of ignoring it, you're making progress, right? Okay, Cancer. That is your message for now, and that is just information to reflect on. So only take what is useful to you at this time and leave the rest. And that is your reading.